and this is a quick update for Call of Duty animation support. I've not posted an update in a while because I was in hospital for some medical shit, but that's sorted now anyway. So yeah, here I am. The plugin for Maya 8.5, I will compile versions for 9.0 also as well, so that it's compatible with the Black Ops tools. But for this demo, I will use 8.5. The animation plugin, you must have it loaded, and when it's loaded, it will add a file type to the import, which I'll show you in a minute. First, I'm just going to select a model that we're going to animate. I'm going to use my xModel utilities. I'll go to COD 5. Let's get a character. Yep, that's pretty cool. With characters, like an animation that's meant to be played on a character will work on every character model because they use a reference skeleton that's the same, but the skeletons do vary between COD 4, COD 5 and Black Ops, so playing like a Black Ops animation on a COD 5 character model may not work as perfect as it should do. Okay, so I'm going to support that. Bring that over, slide that into me. So we have a model that we were just looking at in my tool. If we select the skeleton, it's not binded, so we're just going to have to bind it before we animate it, otherwise the mesh won't move, and that would be a pretty pointless animation. It takes a second to bind because there's so many vertices, so I'll just wait for that. Come on, don't make me wait. Alright. That leg working fine. So how I've done it is, so let me just go to, no, not that one. This one. That's the following one. Alright, so we have our COD 5 animations in raw xAnimations. There's what 9,500 of them. So we're going to select a player animation. How I've done it is, you can't import one of these files directly into Maya with my plugin. What you have to do is use a tool, one of my tools that I will release with the plugin, to create an intermediate format that Maya will unload. And the intermediate format is just basically an uncompressed and the data rearranged for how my plugin reads it. The reason I've done that is just for because the GUI is going to allow you to edit the animations directly without going into Maya, and also let you see the tags and stuff like that. So I thought it would be easier just to have the GUI create the intermediate format. Also, it means with a plugin I can specify a file type which removes any sort of loading of incorrect files. So I have already exported a number of animations to the intermediate format. So if we go to import and then the box, which equals this dialog, you'll see the codex animation file type. You select that and we get a number of options. If I get the default options for that up here, so these two are ticked by default. Update playback speed will just set the FPS of the scene, so we have a playback speed of 30 currently. If the animation has a playback speed that's different, it will change that if that's ticked. If you want all your animations to play at say 24 FPS, just tick that off and it won't change it when it imports. Fit timeline to aim. If the animation is say 500 frames long and your timeline, like mine, is only 48 frames currently, it will resize it to be the correct size. Playback mode, that's pretty self-explanatory. If the animation is of a looped type, when it was converted, it will update the playback settings to either continuous or once. Add note tracks. Animations such as like a reload aim for an animation for a weapon will have typically note tracks for sounds. So you have like say for Browning, you have a reloading of the belt, and you want to play a sound of like a belt rustle at a certain frame. That's what you use note tracks for. Note tracks also serve purposes of like notification to GSC scripts for data animations, for like say you have an animation and then halfway through that animation you want to trigger an event, you can use the note track to send the GSC notification on that object. This is kind of uses it has. So if you have that ticked, it will add the note track nodes to the main scene that are compatible with the Call of Duty animation exporter, which you will do here. I'll do a tutorial on using this at some point. I do plan to do a number of mere tutorials eventually. Verbose will give you more information in the output window when you load the animation, so I'll put that on. List tags, that's pretty pointless because it just tells you the names of the tags in the output window. I might actually remove that option because it is pretty lame. Yeah, I'll have that one. So click import. These are all the files that I've already converted. So if I just select quad crawl, just double click it, and it adds it to the scene. Get rid of that. If we go to our output window, scroll back up, we can see it tells us the name, what game it's from, total frames, how many tags, if it's loop, animation type, delta, frame rate. If it has note tracks, like I previously explained, the names and frames that they own will be listed here, but the note track nodes in here, which will appear as like it'll be like, if a note track's loaded, it will just be one node like this, and that will contain the information for all the note tracks, but they'll be listed here also. And then it will loop through all the animations that, the tags that the animation contains, and if the joint is in the scene, it will animate it. If not, it will just say joint not found, and continue on to the next one. Okay, so we have our animation loaded, frame 0, and let me just put textured mode on, and then I'll get rid of the joints, and I'll add a plane to give us a bit of perspective. Otherwise it's a little hard to visualize. Just add 90 on that. I'll do. So we play that. We see a little character crawling forward on all fours, hence the name quad crawl, because it's on all fours. So when we imported it, it has added all these curves to our graph editor. Let me just reveal them. So this is all the animation data for the particular scene. So if we take our general route, we can look at the rotate curve. If you want to load in another animation, you don't have to clear it. My plugin will clear out the curves before reanimating it. Let's import another one. This one's quite a large one. 1600 frames, so that's pretty long. Let me just update the file clip plane to something a bit more. Slide that bitch along, so I could play for that. You can see he's just climbing up. Skip a few frames. It's just a climbing animation. It's pretty cool. Another one. Quickly. What am I looking for? I do not know. One sec. Let me just. I can't find the animation that I'm looking for. Let's just pick a large one then. So this one should be tearing a door down, version 2. So if you had an imaginary door there, you would be ripping that down. Alright, let me try a different humanoid type. Let me just get that. Let's just get a dog. Sexy beast. Spot him. Move into mirror. Textured mode. Drag the binding. Wait for that to process. Come on. Alright, sweet. Let's just get dog one. I should have something spotted. Yep. Bark, no, that's pretty shit. Let's have a rotator, so that's animated. It's probably a bit fast for my liking. That's a bit fast anyway. Let's try a different one that's not as fast. And that attacks the player. This is just a vertex that's not got its weights painted correctly for some retarded reason, which I will fix now. Please don't force me to zoom in. Alright, fine, you did. Paint. Oh, finally. Right, sweet. That's attacking a player, getting his balls eaten. Not good. So yeah, the plugin is pretty much finished. I just have a few small things to fix in terms of the animation curves and some curves on the rotate Z axis have interpolation that is slightly wrong, but I do have an idea of how I'm going to fix that, so I will update that, and then I'm going to correct the GUI, and then should we go to release. In terms of weapons, because Call of Duty uses separate weapon models and arm models, like so, I'm gonna have to create a little thing for a little tool in my menu for joining the rigs of the weapon and the arms together. I kind of show you what one currently looks like. So just go to that. I don't need that. Right, so I should have the fun guns here somewhere. Yep. Bring that one in. This should be pre-grounded as well, yeah. So we go to texture mode, let me just change the shading type. So if I import an animation for this weapon now, idle animation. Well, that's the whole, just pointless animation over. Brilliant. last fire. So you can see it's got the animations being added to the weapon because it's found those tags for that weapon, the gun, the bulb and stuff. So that plays perfectly fine. And then, but we really want hands as well. Just drag them in. And the problem is, because my XML utils exports the meshes with the exact same name as, I'm just going to have to do a quick little fix, but I will create a thing that will fix this correctly. We'll do this without you having to edit it. I want 5,000. Cool. Let's just drag that in, and that'll start to bind. This binds to take a while because it's 6,000 vertices or something to bind. I could make a binary format for the bind weights and create a plugin for that, but it's not really worth the effort, to be honest. Come on, bind. Right. So we have this. No, that's not the root joint. That is. So we've got two models. We want these to animate together. So if you see here, we have. Let me just reveal these like that. Reveal that. So we have J-Gun there. And we have tag weapon there. J-Gun should be a child of this joint. So in order to do that, I just create a joint. Connect that. That's not what I wanted at all. I need to select it like that. Right, cool. Go to that joint. Select just that one on the end. If we just bring him in, offset him a bit. Let's from 0. Import. Go to, which one did we import? Final gun last fire. Import that. So it's got a little bit of a problem. In terms of synchronizing them correctly together. And also, this looks a little bit stretched. We'll check that now. Oh, sorry, I want the joints. Yeah, that is that one. the scale between these two joints is off, which is one of the small problems that I've left to fix. But after that, it's pretty much done. Yeah, so I will check what we can do is just check something. Find that. Rename this to the old one. Dun, 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 dun. Load. Alright, so that's loaded. So if we import, this is just a little test. Yeah, you can see it's going out of proportion on them. So that's one of the small things left to fix. I've got the GUI will take me a night to make and the program for that. So another about 1 or 2 days and then the program should be fully finished, and then I'll release the tool on my site for people to use. I think that's about it. Alright, see you.